Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 Let's Play. We're continuing with Sonic's Very Hard mode, paid DLC that costs $2, and really, it's not much worth in your wallet. I mean, I can't really say that enough times, ladies and gentlemen. They make you pay for this thing. It's so mind-boggling why they make you pay for this. I don't get it. But Crisis City. Let me see. Nothing much has drastically changed. This beginning, the first act, as you could say, is pretty much the same. You're still, it's not really snowboarding. Snowboarding will require snow. Apocalypse boarding. There you go. Apocalypse boarding. Down the broken streets of Crisis City. And you got more spiked balls here and there. The ramps are all still there. So are the grind rails. Nothing is. Yeah, this is out of all the acts in Crisis City, this one probably has the least amount of changes. Still got those really picky jumps. In fact, I think this is the only rail I actually grind in the son of a bitch. And that's pretty much all she wrote. Now it's on to Act 2. See what happened. Oh, fuck me. What happened to the level? Yeah, you begin way up in the sky in Crisis City Act 2, and I don't know why they felt the need to remove that. Well, it was a loop, wasn't it? I suppose it was, you began the normal act on a loop, and I don't know, maybe their budget constraints are just, we can't afford this loop anymore, guys. We need to detonate it. It's a rundown city anyway, why the hell not? Anyway, let me see. Act 2 of Crisis City. Very hard mode. Besides the lack of the level in the beginning of the stage, this is still pretty much the same. You homing attack these enemies to get that extra life capsule to get Rainbow Loop. You can't get that extra life capsule, though, without using your gravity-defying homing attack, but I don't need it, because I've practiced this stage already. And even then, I don't think, since you have to do very hard mode by, picking each stage, individually, it's not like a continuing, progression, I think your lives always reset at 5 when you do that. That's why I always begin each stage with 5 lives. I don't think lives carry over. I haven't really tested it out, because, I did a lot of test playthroughs before doing the stuff for the channel, which is why you're not really going to be seeing a lot of deaths for this playthrough, ladies and gentlemen, unless I really stop giving a fuck with the likes of Shadow or Silver. But for Sonic, though, I'm doing a lot of test playthroughs from anyway, so there's not going to be a lot of deaths here. There's going to be a lot of close calls, though. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, as you pretty much saw, there are a lot of instances in very hard mode for Sonic where you have to utilize the homing attack to attack chain of enemies to get over massive bottomless pits. So you have to know when to time the homing attack so you can have Sonic horizontally propel himself to avoid falling down. This part, Act 3 of Crisis City, saw a bit of changes. The platforms are in different areas than they were before, so the jumps are a hell of a lot tighter. And there are, I think 2 or 3 instances in the end of this winding tunnel. I want to say winding or winding. I don't know why. I think I'm looking at the wind, the cyclone, actually. See, it's just like that where you have to use the homing attack to get across that massive bottomless pit. You got some precision platforming right here with these containers from semis. All that stuff. You have to use the homing attack here. It's full of this stuff. The worst part, though, has to be right about here. Not here, because this is the typical jumping to jump sequence, right here, we have these 2 Iblis Worms here. You have to carefully time and kill them so that you still have enough distance to homing attack to that point. You see, I barely made that son of a bitch. I barely made that. But yeah, with that said, though, we was like, no, 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 no! Oh, Jesus Christ. My TV. No, my computer screen. Your computer screen. What the hell was that about? Stupid, awkward camera angles. I think you're going to want to go for a more dynamic approach, be my guest, but Jesus Christ, spare my screen. Anyway, Crisis City, the final act, the Mach Speed section. There's a hell of a lot more things to avoid. As you guys recall, from the normal Let's Play, I said that as long as you keep mashing the Lightspeed attack button, you follow the Trail of Rings, you should be fine for the most part. Here, that's not so much the case because they like to put shit in front of the Lightspeed, the Trail of Rings in general. which means if you keep abusing it, you're gonna go head into the damn containers at like 3,000 miles per hour, and you're gonna lose rings as a result. It's very hard to hold onto your rings there. And I offer a challenge to all of the. If you could recall that in my Sonic 06 review, for those of you who've watched it, I said I would love to see someone go through the entire Crisis City Mach Speed section without getting hit. And I had quite a number of responses that showed people doing just that. You know, color me impressed. But now I want you to see you do it in very hard mode. Yeah, I want you to pay for this, son of a bitch. And I want to see a flawless Crisis City run. Can you do it? I doubt you could. But I've been proven wrong before. Anyway. No, on a serious note, don't do that, because don't waste your money. I won't be that impressed, goddammit. Okay, so now we're in Flame Core. Flame Core is probably the oddest of the bunch because of... just like Wave Ocean, we're doing this stage backwards. We're actually starting Flame Core inside the volcano. So our goal is to get out of the volcano, and then we do the second act of Flame Core, which has us going back to the volcano. What? They didn't think this hard enough. I don't really think they did. On the plus side, we at least get to listen to inside the volcano's music. Flame Core Act 2, as you could call it. I actually do love it. This is a very relaxing piece of music for me, despite all of the obstacles and hazards that you have to avoid. Not much has changed though. In fact, Flame Core Very Hard mode actually feels a little more empty than the original act. If only because it feels very, what's the right word I'm looking for? Sporadic? In terms of platforms and enemy placement, it feels very empty, just in general. That and, you know, besides starting from inside the volcano and then doing the second act outside of the volcano, nothing's really changed. You know, this section here with Knuckles, where you have to light all the purple orbs to get out of the section, is... I actually think it's a bit easier than the normal section, because, again, I don't think there are as many enemies here as they were in normal mode. But then again, you know, I've played this game so many damn times to the point where I know exactly where to go, then maybe I just didn't really notice it, I suppose. Yeah, I'm actually utilizing some of Knuckles' drive, which paralyzes enemies when he comes in contact with the floor. It's not that useful, to be perfectly honest, but anything to stall for time, I suppose, helps. Yeah, but there you go. Once we hit that, and the door opens behind Sonic. And we're almost out of here. I was curious enough whether or not I could still clip through the walls with Knuckles so I can glide past that entire section. And I don't see why it wouldn't work. I mean, the level design is pretty much identical to the normal mission. So I guess it's something to experiment for another day. We are just about out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Once we fall down this little tunnel right here, then the warp point will await us. Yeah, Sonic will ring it to warp point because we still have another act of Flame Core to do. Now we're outside of the volcano. We instantaneously warped away from the volcano, and now we're heading back to the son of a bitch because this is just Act 1 of Flame Core. Look, that's where we just exited from. It's actually very possible to skip this entire loop sequence. The moment the stage begins, if you mash the jump button on the right frame, then Sonic will jump before hitting the dash pad, and you'll be able to do a backwards jump and completely skip the double loop. It saves a bit of time if you're into that sort of thing. Besides that, let me see. Anything immediately spring to mind when it comes to changes for Flame Core Act 2/1? No. I mean, the sequences where you have to run along the wall and avoid the spiked balls are still pretty much as annoying as they were in the original act. So we have that. What I'm doing right here is I'm looking for an enemy chain that didn't spawn for some reason. It's the alternative way of getting to that other side besides taking this way, because this way you have to hit that dash panel to avoid the spiked balls, and it's also very easy to just have Sonic stumble. Like, something will gimp Sonic's feet and he'll fall straight into the lava. There's supposed to be a homing attack chain to the left of that gives you a different way of getting over there, but it didn't spawn for some reason. I think I maybe I didn't kill the right enemies or something like that. I don't know, but that's what I was looking for. That's why I was stumbling around like a dumbass for a little bit. Flame core. Really, just to speak in flame core in general, and I recall I've said this in the original Let's Play, and you guys seen the shit that can happen in this stage in multiplayer. The damn meteors, the debris from the volcano, just falls whenever it fucking feels like in the later half of the stage. Even the beginning of the stage, when you're going through that loop, you have the molten lava, the rocks, falling all over the place, and you really can't respond to it because you can't tell where the hell it's gonna fall. Now, I really hope you don't like rings in this stage because you're not going to be holding on to a lot of them. Unless, you know, use the gems. I suppose you can do that. I think the red gems slows down the rocks. I believe they do. But like I said in White Acropolis, I'm not really utilizing gems for this playthrough until like the very end of it for like aquatic base and stuff like that because I just want to get the damn game over with. I got shit to do, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you know, I'm recording this right after uploading the first part of Very Hard Mode, ladies and gentlemen. I just gotta say, you know, you guys all question why the hell I keep coming back to this game, and you know what? There's something enjoyable about reading all the reactions I get from you guys. It started with Ted, and then a lot of you guys just started, like, it just started dominoing after that. And yeah, I've played this game so many damn times at this point, I just keep coming back to it. And you guys have known that, since the Some Call Me Johnny review, I've admitted that there are a few things about Sonic 06 that are pretty much a guilty pleasure of mine. Particularly with Sonic, I can't really say anything for Shadow or Silver, but Sonic in particular it has become a bit of a guilty pleasure, you know. And the reactions I get from you guys when I keep going back to this game kind of fuels that pleasure. Oh man, it's great. But we are just about at the end of Flame Core, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's the volcano we teleported out of, and we're heading right back to the son of a bitch. Well, not completely, because the gold ring's right there, but still, it's odd. Flame Core, the story of the world's biggest fucking U-turn. No, that got the S rank, though, despite all the damn hits I took. Okay, and last up for this video is Radical Train. It's actually one of my favorite levels in Sonic Story, only because it's not that very long. It's action-packed, you know. And I like the whole, you're racing against the train to save Elise inside the train motif. I mentioned that in the original Let's Play, and thankfully, or irritatingly so, Radical Train has not seen that much of a difference. It hasn't seen much of a change at all. It's still pretty much the same level. How many times have I said that this playthrough so far? I mean, this part right here is a bit different. There's a bit more precision platforming. You have to use the homing attack to get across these scales, otherwise you'll fall down. And the camera angle is constantly shifting because it wants to go for that more dynamic angle while you're in like mid-air and there's a bottomless pit above you. So the camera is also an enemy in this place. But once you get past this section with the conveyor belts, the stage becomes exactly the same as it was, with maybe stronger enemies here and there. Like right here, you have to use this homing attack chain to get to the top of the scale here. And don't waste your time trying to kill the enemies, obviously, because that train is still moving, and you have to get there in time. Luckily, you only have to kill this enemy to get the switch to open. And there you go. Yeah, to save yourself some time, you can also homing attack the switch. Sonic will home in. The switch is considered something Sonic can attack with the homing attack. For some odd reason, but hey, whatever, it works. At least you don't have to go frantically searching around for the damn thing. The second part of this is pretty much the exact same level, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. You know, it's a good thing because I like Radical Train, but it's a bad thing because I paid for this son of a bitch. Love this music though. Radical Train Act 1. It's I just love it. You ever listen to it in your like your music device, MP3 player, iPod, whatever the hell you guys use, your phone perhaps? You know, it's just one of those tracks that gets my head bopping when I'm listening to it. Yeah. I'm a guy that likes to listen to music when I'm like in the middle of like doing house cleaning duties or stuff like that. Like I'm cleaning the kitchen up, I'm vacuuming the floor, folding clothes, doing laundry. I like to have my iPod on when I'm doing that. And on the occasion where I have Sonic 06 music playing, Radical Train is usually one I listen to because I just like, you know, makes my head bop. Like having a good time. Radical Train's Mach Speed section is a bit different considering the object placement, but that's about it. We just got past the most dangerous part. This is pretty much the exact same as the original Mach Speed section. So in case you haven't watched the original Let's Play, just keep using the light speed dash and stick to the left or right of the level because the exploding train does hurt Sonic, as I just demonstrated right there. And you don't want to end up dying. And I never get that damn invincibility box. You know, I'm going to do something a bit different here. I'm going to skip the ramps here. And oh shit, I got hit and I just died at the very end of the... Oh. Looks like I won anyway. Did the game just have pity on me? I suppose so. Okay. Well, whatever. I'll see you guys for part 3 tomorrow of the Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 Let's Play the Very Hard Mode.